Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Q&A Sunday with my dad.
Hello.
And I'm going to ask him a bunch of questions today that I haven't really asked him before, stuff I don't know about him. So, yeah. What is your favourite food?
My favourite food is rice and curry.
What kind of curry? Like Indian or Chinese? Or
Indian curry, definitely. Yes.
Awesome. And what is your favourite colour?
Favourite colour would be yellow. I like yellow. Even though not to wear, I don't wear yellow stuff and so on, but I just find yellow as a colour soothing.
Yes, awesome. What is your dream holiday destination? And why?
I'd love to go to a tropical paradise island like Hawaii or Tahiti, somewhere really exotic and far away that I've never been to, and to experience a completely different culture, and obviously the lovely weather, and to be by the sea. But yes, I'd love to go somewhere really far and exotic, like Hawaii.
Okay. Would you rather, this is a random question, would you rather eat a hair sandwich or drink a cup of sweat? I saw this online, so I like that you as well.
Hair sandwich.
Okay.
Hair sandwich, blimey.
I know, it's weird. When I was born, what was your reaction? Like, when I was born and I was there, outside in the world in your life, what was your reaction?
Oh, indescribably happy and joyful. Yes, it was amazing. On that Sunday, I remember spending the morning at the hospital. Because Mom went in overnight, or we took Mom overnight in an ambulance, and then I went back home just to Hanley, where we were at the time. And yes, I went back home because the contractions eased off. So they told me that you weren't coming yet. So I went back home, and then in the morning they called me, and I went back to the hospital. But you weren't born till around 3 o'clock on that Sunday afternoon. And yes, I was in the room when you were born, and it was an amazing experience. I was totally happy.
These are quick fire questions. There's 6 of them.
Okay.
Okay, you have to answer as quick as you can and without thinking that much. Okay. Cold or hot?
Cold.
Cold or hot?
Cold.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Apple technology or cars?
Cars.
Britain or Africa?
Mm.
No, you can't think.
Britain.
Jollof rice or rice and peas?
Jollof rice.
Chinese takeaway or Pizza Hut?
Chinese.
Okay, that's the end of the quick fire. Favourite childhood memory? Memory from your childhood?
Actually, I remember, I was actually thinking about this the other day, so that's why it's coming to me very quickly. My first year in primary school, I remember the first day I went, my mum took me, and we went to the head teacher's office, and we weren't sure that I was going to get admitted because I was still a bit short. I was a bit short for my age, or I was probably just on the young side of being eligible to be admitted. So the head teacher asked me a number of questions, and one of the tests he made me do was to put my arm over my head to see if my fingers touched my ear. Apparently that was some kind of test back then to see how tall or how old you were if you were eligible for and then to start first year. And And then he pointed to a few things in his office and said, "What's that?" So I said, "That's a clock." "What's that?" "That's a ruler." "What's that?" So that again, that was, I think he was impressed by the fact that I knew I had answers to things, so he thought I was bright. And I got admitted. So yes, my first day at school is a good memory. And I also remember being happily, because back then in Africa, this was in Africa by the way, in Cameroon, we had slates. We took slates to work. A slate is a wooden board on which you do your arithmetic, your times tables and whatever you were being taught. And I remember taking my slate back to mom after it had been marked with a big tick, which meant I had like 10 out of 10 or 5 out of 5 or however many questions there were, with a big tick on it, and running all the way home and showing it to my mom, very, very excited. So there you go.
Okay, and what is your favourite memory from when we went to America in 2011?
We had so many wonderful times. I enjoyed tremendously the tour of Washington, and obviously just meeting the family and meeting young Elden and Vina, and also Junior. She was so sweet. Oh, she's just amazing. Yes. But if I have to pick one memory, I'll have to go for the party we had in Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And all the dancing, and especially Humphrey and the other lads.
That's his brother.
My brother Humphrey, yes. Yeah. And the other lads as well. They were doing so. They got so drunk and were dancing, and it was all very, very exciting and enjoyable. Yes.
Yeah, that was good. Because African parties, they're different to like normal parties, but they're kind of similar. Like still house party, and there's loads of African music, African food, and culture, and everyone comes together and we're all acting like the family. And if you weren't an accountant, what would you be doing as a career?
If I didn't work in banking, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably be involved in something academic, like working at a university, maybe as a lecturer. Or I would have gone into translation and interpretation, and maybe through that gone into diplomacy and international relations. So that was something I was thinking about at the time, when I was in Canada doing translation, eventually working for an international agency doing translation work, and possibly then moving into the diplomacy area. Yes.
And if you could change your life in one way, what would you change and why?
If I could wave a magic wand, I would have the best of my childhood upbringing and the best of my current life in Great Britain together. So ideally, I would have had a life where I didn't have to leave Africa to have all the benefits. So I still would have had Jasmine, I still would have had the lifestyle I have here, and the education and all the positive things I've had in my life as a result of moving to a different country and a different culture and all that, as well as maintaining my family. So I'd still have my parents around me, my brothers and my sisters and my nephews and nieces, so everything would be together without making any sacrifices. Thank you.
And how do you feel about your daughter filming vlogs?
I just think it's something that is part of your what you youngsters do nowadays. That's how I see it. So it's like when I was growing up, we had a completely different technology, different tools, different ways to pass the time, different ways to communicate. So whereas I would have at your age been writing a manual diary, I understand that nowadays things have moved on, and I think it's what you do nowadays with the technology that you've got to hand. So I'm happy that you are using the technology, and I hope some people follow you and enjoy just finding out what you do on a day-to-day basis. It's nice way to network and communicate with people, as long as you understand that at the end of the day the most important way to communicate, if possible, is always face to face. And as long as your privacy is protected online, so I don't have to worry as your dad when I'm happy.
Okay, and that's the end of my questions. That's all my questions. And thank you for joining me today. It's not usually featured in my videos, but I thought I'll do something different. So give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the description box below. And if you want me to do more videos with my dad, then let me know. And I shall see you for next week's video. Bye!
Hi everybody, hope you enjoyed it.